We're kicking off a series on CSS animations, breaking it down simply and clearly. By the end of the video, you'll understand what CSS animations are and what they can do for your website. Okay, so at its core, CSS animations are a way to make elements on your web page move or change over time without needing JavaScript. Okay, so we're talking about simple, straightforward effects, not full blown Pixar style animations. Okay, you want to make a cartoon, you gotta go somewhere else. So, for example, if you want a box to slide across the screen or fade in and out with different colors or grow bigger or something like that, you can use CSS animations. You don't need JavaScript, okay? You don't need to write any JavaScript for the simpler effects. Now, if you're thinking about making complex animations like interactive games or detailed motion paths, that's where you're going to want JavaScript, okay? But today, we're sticking to CSS and learning how to make simple visual effects, okay? So right now, I have a simple HTML setup. I have my HTML. I have my head with a title. Move the box to the right side of the page. Very creative. And my style sheet right here. We have my body as well and a box. Well, it's going to be a box. And I have my ID box. I'm so creative. Now over here to my CSS, I already have that set up as well. ID box, just like I have right here. ID box. I have a simple setup. I have my, 300 pixels height with a simple color of red, and then I love a thick border, so that's what I have. You can make this whatever you want though. You can make it a bigger square, you can make it a circle, you can make it purple. You don't need to have a border. Whatever you want to do, you can do. So go ahead and pause this and set up your HTML and CSS if you want so you can follow along, okay? Now, after you set that up, you should have something simple like this. I just have a red box, like I said. And from here, we're going to go ahead and add our animation. So you start with keyframes, and then you're going to name your keyframes right here, and then curly braces. Just a basic setup, okay? Now you're going to name your animation whatever you want it to be, okay? And as you know, I'm so creative, so I'm going to write or name this as box to right. All right. All right, because it's going to move box the box to the right. Now, you can have multiple animations and multiple effects on one thing. So it's good to be descriptive so you know which one is, doing which effect. Um, So you want that to be clear, right? That's the only thing that matters. So we're going to go inside and we're going to go ahead and put our 0% curly braces. And then we're going to do 100% curly braces, right? So this 0%, this 100%, this just represents like a starting position and then the ending position. I don't want that to be confused with opacity, especially if we were starting off with colors, fading in and out or something like that. I don't want that to confuse you. This part right here is just think of it as equivalent to like from and to. Start, end. Okay? So now we're going to go inside here, transform, and we're going to translate across the x axis with a starting 0. And then our ending position is going to do transform, translate still across our same axis. And let's say we want to move it like 400 pixels to the right. Okay, so we have our starting position at 0, right? And then we're going to end 400 pixels to the right. Okay. Now we have to apply this to our box. Okay. And how you apply that is you go up here and you're going to do animation, and then you're going to write your name, so box to right, and then you're going to write the duration, how long you want it to take to move 400 pixels to the right. So it's going to be let's say 2 seconds. Okay, make it quick. And then how many times you want it to repeat. Let's just say one. Okay, again, you wrote the name of your keyframes, you identified it, then you clarified how long, and then you clarified how many times. Okay, so from here the box will move from its original position, and we're just moving it to the right. Okay, let's go ahead and save that, move here, and let's see. Boom. Okay, we moved it to the right. Now let's see what happens if we put 15 seconds. All right, do you think that's going to take slower, or is it going to move faster, or is it going to move slower? It's going to move slower because it's taking, instead of 2 seconds, 15 seconds to move over 400 pixels. Okay, now let's go ahead and do two because we ain't got time to be waiting 15 seconds every time. Okay, so let's say we want to happen more than once. Let's go ahead and put 3 times. Okay, go ahead and save that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again, that's going to be identify it, duration, how long does it take, and the number of times you want to do it. You can also, right? Let's see what that does. 1, 2, 3, 4, forever, infinite, right? Again, name, duration, how many times it repeats. Okay, so let's go ahead and not do that. We can do 2 um for now. Okay, now let's go ahead and change from X just for demonstrative purposes, right? When I was saying it's on the X axis, we're going to go ahead and change that to the Y axis. Okay, Y axis. Again, this is X going this way, and then this is Y axis going up and down. Okay, X, Y. And since we've changed it from Y to X, it should be going in a direction of up and down. And we have it going twice. Now, after it repeats itself, it's going to return to the original position. Okay, the animation is over, it's done its job, and it's going to stop. Okay, if you want it to stay in this position, the ending position, without returning, you're going to come back up here, and you're going to go ahead and add forwards. Ooh, forwards. Okay, so we should have we still have Y, so it should be going up and down, taking 2 seconds, doing it twice, and it should stay there after the second time it repeats. 1 and 2. Stay. All right. I'm going to go over one more thing. Okay, let's see how it's going, just going through. It's just going to go from here and it's going to go through. What happens when we add a midpoint, right? So you can add midpoints or different stopping points in your keyframe. Okay, so let's go 50%. 50% curly braces. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what does 50%, what is that going to do? What does this represent, right? If this is the starting and this is the end, what does this mean? That means it's midpoint, right? So we're going to go ahead and add our transform. Translate. Still on the y-axis. Just go ahead and go up and down. And then we're going to, let's say, midway. We want it to be 200 px, right? I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate you what happens here. And you see how it stops midway and then continues to the 400. Okay, again, stops, boom. So it wants to be here midway through that 2 seconds. It wants to be here at 200 px, and then for the duration of the 2 seconds, it's going to end here at the 400 px. Okay. And with that, that is the basic understanding of just moving a box from one position to the other using CSS animations. Go ahead and break this down even further. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that with you. 25. Ooh, what's going to happen at 25? I think y'all get the point. But I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Right. And then let's change this to like 1. I'm just demonstrating, right? But you can go in and you can just play around with this. 2. Okay? So just go in and play around with it. Again, Y and X. All right? Thank you for watching.